Yo, what it do, Ski? How y'all feeling, man? What's good? It's your boy D Saw with another episode of Money Talk Mondays. I said what I said. Oh, it's so much power. And I said what I said, you feel me? Like, hey, yo. I said what I said. Man, nah, it's real power in that, and that's what we gonna be running through today. But if you're listening to this message right now, man, this is confirmation that you're on the right track. This is confirmation that no matter what shortcomings you've been facing, right, no matter how much doubt that you've been experiencing lately, you've been getting the right signs, right? You've been paying attention to all the right signs, and it's gonna work out for you. You are on the right track. There are things that's, I feel like, strategically put in place to make you go off course a little bit, but nah, that ain't what we do. Especially if you're listening to this episode, we're not gonna give in to those little distractions, and we're gonna stay on track because you on the right track, and everything is gonna work out for you in your life. I promise that. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing, man? Before I tell y'all how I feel, I want to say that when I ask the question, when I ask you guys how y'all feeling, I truly mean that, right? I truly want you to take a moment, take a deep breath, right? And ask yourself truly how you feel and be honest with yourself. It's so much power in being real with yourself, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about throughout this whole episode. How I feel right now, man. I ain't go. I'm gonna be G with y'all. Like right now, I just took me a shot of Don Julio and smoked me a little weed. Like in this current moment, I feel super good. Y'all can judge me if y'all want to. I don't care. But I feel super good about that. And it's my kiddo birthday weekend. Right? Her birthday is this week. Like, what? I'm super pumped up, super amped up for my kid. She'll be turning 14 this year. Shout out Juju, Jordan, R Money, my baby girl, and I and the fam, my BM, my all of her friends. We kicking it this weekend, man. It's gonna be dope, super dope. It's gonna be fire, y'all. And I'm super excited. And I had a good weekend, right, man? I went out, I hung out. Orlando has this. I think they do it like a few times a year. It's called Soul Cafe. It's basically an R&B soul party where they play a lot of like 90s and 80s, you know, all those good tunes, man. That was a good vibe. Got to kick it with some good people. Ashley had hung out with a guy in the same building that I live in down here for the first time. And, bruh, he's super dope. He's super cool. Like, we had a good time. We had a blast, y'all. And we actually went to this volleyball event the next day. Slick hung over on the low. But Slick hung over. We went to this volleyball event and had a good time. It's always good to play those games we played when we were young, man. Like, anytime I play, you know, get out and be active. Like, I played kickball last week and did volleyball this week in the sun, and it just feels so good, right, man? I encourage everybody to go out, be active, get in the sun, do something that you did when you was a kid, man. This shit feels so good. Like, I had a good time, man. It was difficult playing in the sand. Had to get super adjusted to the sand. But, man, volleyball was dope this weekend. Man, it was a good weekend. I'm feel good, but now it's got to get back to center. And that's a super powerful message me and my dog Devin kind of shared with each other last week, was how we experience so many highs and so many lows in our life, and oftentimes we have to experience it temporarily and understand it's a temporary thing and get back to center, right? It's good to celebrate. It's even good to experience the pain that you feel, but we got to get back to center at all times. And we'll talk about that in a lot more detail on a future episode, but it's power in coming back to center. So my Mondays is coming back to center. Like, I'm back at it. I'm grinding. I'm back on the podcast right now. I'm as soon as I get done, I got real estate work to take care of, and man, you know, just getting back to center. Like, I had a good weekend. Okay, cool. Let's get back to the grind. Let's get back to it, and I'll experience that again on another weekend. So Man, superpower in that. Other than that, man, I had a good week last week. Super big on accomplishments, and I had 2 closings last weekend. Yeah, I remember telling y'all in the last episode on how I had the disappointing week, but last week they both closed, and got a chance to celebrate with my clients. And man, it was a good week, man. It was a couple of things last week that didn't go right, but hey, I'm not giving power to that. I'm not giving power to the things that didn't go my way last week. I had 2 closings last week. I had a very great weekend, and I had an awesome week last week, and we just gonna leave it that. And I said what I said. You did, like, I mean that, right? I don't care what shortcomings I experienced last week, because I did have some, right? I did have some shit that really bothered me last week, but who the fuck cares? Oh God, like, who cares about that when I had 2 closings, had a good weekend, met some interesting people, did dope shit all weekend, and that's what it is. And I said what I said, and that's what we talking about today, y'all. Right? I said what I said, right? How we communicate with other people. You dig? How we communicate, most importantly to ourselves. How do we talk to ourselves? What's that inner dialogue that we are constantly feeding ourselves without us even realizing? We're going to talk about that today, right? I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about ways to where we can really, practice, like I said what I said, and practice communicating with other people. And the very first reason that I thought of is expressing yourself. This is something that I do and been practicing this year on my mental health journey that has really been helping me, right? If I'm sad, right, I'm telling you I'm sad, right? If I'm frustrated with you, if I'm impatient with you, I'm letting you know that, right? And it's power in that because, like, what I said is how I feel, right? And we're allowed to feel the way we feel no matter what, right? And if I need a break from you because you are frustrating me or I'm angry at you, right? Like, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yo, like, I don't feel like hanging out with you this weekend, right? It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that helped me on my journey, y'all, and super, super powerful, is never say yes to something while at the same time saying no to yourself. You feel me? Like, don't say no to yourself by saying yes to something else. It's a lot of times people ask us to do something and we do it, but we didn't want to do it, right? We just said yes. If somebody asks us something, and if we say yeah, and at the same time we telling no to ourselves because we don't really want to do it, that's a bad thing. So express how you feel, right? And that inner dialogue, y'all, like, be honest with yourself about how you feel, right? Don't suppress the way you feel. If you are not okay, tell yourself you're not okay, right? What you resist persists in life. You have to accept what it is. And we're going to talk about that in a second, but express yourself. Tell yourself exactly how you feel, right? Be honest. Be compassionate about how you feel. It's okay that you're doing this. It's okay that you feel this way. Who's watching you, right? A lot of times we sit there and try to tell ourselves opposing things in our life when there's no one around. There's no one judging us. There's no one that has power to make or break this decision, but we have that war going on with ourselves, right? Accept what it is and express yourself to yourself, right? Don't let people make you think it's crazy to talk to yourself. Be your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, you have to, that inner dialogue in your head has to have so much compassion, so much self-respect, so much self-trust that you wouldn't dare say anything negative to yourself, right? You're going to tell yourself how you feel and be honest with yourself so you can come up with a solution on how to fix it. So expressing yourself to other people and to yourself is super powerful for just gaining so much self-confidence, so much self-trust with yourself that you'll have compassion for other people, right? And the second thing that I want to talk about is accepting, right? And this kind of goes into expressing yourself and expressing how you feel to yourself, right? You have to accept what it is in that current moment. Accept if you're frustrated. Accept if you're happy right now. Accept it so you can celebrate it, right? Accept what it is right now. Tell others, I did this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it goes the other way around. Like if someone does something to you, if someone does something that you don't agree with in a way, right? They did it for a reason. They did it for their own self-love. Like they did it for whatever reason they felt was right in that moment. So you have to accept it. Accept what it is. Accept what's going on. Accept how you feel. If someone did you or wronged you or whatever, if they did you bad, right? It was some reason that they felt like it was okay for them to do it, whether it was they wanted to make you upset or they didn't even consider your feelings, right? They did it for whatever reason that they gave themselves the power to do. So you have to accept that, right? And don't have regrets, right? And this goes back to the self-dialogue, right? Don't have regrets with yourself on things that you didn't do in the past, right? It may be a failure that you had in your life a few years back, right? Accept that, right? And don't have any regrets. Or if you did something that you're not so proud of, right? Accept it. Don't have regrets on that. I know it was a time to where you said if I had another chance to do it another way, then I would do it this way. Now it's time to practice that I said what I said and do what you said you was going to do, right? Don't have regrets about what you didn't do in the past. Accept what you did and accept what you said you would do in the future if it ever came around again, like, and do that, right? I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't have regrets, right? Accept what it is. Accept what's going on in your life. Accept like how you feel in that current moment. We all experience highs. We all experience lows, right? We're no different from another person, right? Accept that. Accept what's going on with that other person. If they tell you that they don't want to talk to you, accept that, right? Because if you try to make them talk to you anyway, then we know where that's going to go. So accept it. Move on. Go do something else, right? And that brings us to the biggest, the most important thing of them all, and that's having compassion, right? You're allowed to be whatever it is that you are right now. You're allowed to feel whatever it is that you feel right now. We're allowed to be angry. We're allowed to be sad. We're allowed to be jealous. We're allowed to do all of those things, right? If that's how we feel in this current moment, we're going to accept that. And you have to have that self-compassion with yourself to allow yourself to feel whatever it is in that moment, right? What you resist persists. What you try to say no, and deep down you know it is, and it's a yes, then you're lying to yourself, right? We all know deep inside whether or not we worked as hard as we could, or if we gave that other person our all, or whatever it is, y'all. Like, we know deep down, and you're allowed to. Don't lie to yourself. You're allowed to feel all of these things. You're allowed to think all of these things. Tell yourself nice things. Don't trash talk yourself. Don't beat yourself up about things that you didn't do in the past. You're allowed to make mistakes. And these are things that have been helping me so much in my life. Like, literally, y'all, like, it helped me fight depression, right? Multiple times, right? I still experience a high level of anxiety to this day, right? Have them all the time. And each time that I'm having these anxiety attacks, y'all, I tell myself great things. I tell myself it's okay. It is okay that I'm anxious right now, right? It's okay that I'm sad. It's okay that this person don't want to talk to me. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, be compassionate. Don't tell yourself negative things, because once you start a negative thought, or if once you feel a negative emotion, right, those thoughts that you tell yourself, if you tell yourself these things, it's going to create more and more and more, and you're going to dive deeper into the rabbit hole of that depression. So be okay, accept what it is, and know that it's okay. Know that this is okay. Are you blaming yourself? Are you blaming others? Right? If you blaming, then that must mean it's not okay. So we should not blame, right? I don't blame myself for anything. I did what I did. I said what I said for a reason. I have to accept what that was, and I have to, if I didn't like it, make a plan to do something better in the future. But I'm not going to blame myself, and I'm not going to blame others for things that happen. The moment that we keep blaming other people, y'all, we giving them power. Like, hey, why didn't you complete this task that you said, or this goal that you said you was gonna do? If that reason is anything somebody did to you, or certain external circumstances wasn't in your favor, then you're a victim in your life, right? And if y'all listening to this episode, if you listening to this podcast, we're not victims in our life. We are creators of our life. Right? We create our reality. We create the life we want to live. So we're not going to blame. Literally not going to blame something else. Well, I was sick when this happened, or I was sad during this time. Right? Okay. It's okay. I was sick then. I was what it was. It's okay. But now am I? Am I sick today? Like, am I upset today? Is this person frustrating me today? Like, the answer is probably no. Like, that thing that we thought was in the past, and we have to let go, and we have to accept it, and we have to have self-compassion, right, for everything that happened in our life. We're not blaming. Everything happens for a reason. We're not blaming other things outside of us. We're not blaming ourselves for anything. Everything that happened, it happened. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to be super frustrated at somebody. We in a job, right? And somebody piss us off, right? That's okay. If we had this goal and we came up short, that's okay. If we thought this person truly, truly liked us, truly, truly wanted to be us, and it turns out that they didn't, it's okay. Right? Because we don't even want to give that any power anyway. They don't even like us. So why are we going to give them energy? Right? It's somebody out there that do like us. It's somebody out there that do want to be with us. It's somebody out there that do want to do all the things that we like. So it's okay if that person don't want to do that. Screw them. It's okay if that thing that you've been working on didn't work out at the time. You probably wasn't ready for it at that time. Right? You probably didn't have the tools that were necessary at that time, right? But now is a new day. Now is a new time to do and feel another way. Emotions are temporary, right? We experience so many different emotions on a daily basis, y'all. If you take a journal, right, and I do it. I take a mental journal of how I feel throughout the day. If you want to do that on paper or whatever, we experience damn near every single emotion there is all day, every single day. You're mad, you're upset, you're happy, you're excited, you're all of these things, right? You get horny, you get impatient, right? All of these different things for a long time or a short time we experience. All these emotions, all these different feels. We feel pretty much every single emotion every single day. Right? And they are all temporary. It's been happening all of our lives since we've been conscious of it. It's been happening, and it's going to keep happening. So we just have to know that it's okay. It's okay that we felt that way, because it's temporary anyway. It's going to go away, right? When you give it power, though, when you give that emotion or that thought or that negative whatever power, then it persists. And it grows and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So you don't want to give it power. Just tell yourself it's okay and it's going to change. Think about something else. Do something else. Talk to somebody else. Do something else, right? I said what I said. I felt how I felt. I did what I did, and I don't have any blame. I don't have anything negative to say about it, because whatever reason that I did that thing back in the past, I did it and I felt good about it then, and I don't have to do it the same way if it came about again. And it's so much power with that. And if you be compassionate with yourself it's so easy being compassionate with other people because you're so used to being okay with yourself for whatever it is going on in your life. So when you're talking to that other person, it no longer frustrates you that they are feeling the way they feel, because you have that same self-compassion for yourself as you're going to have that outer compassion for them. It's been helping me in my life. Y'all can take these if y'all want to. I don't care, but this has been helping me live much peaceful days, like literally able to get myself together from a slump, right? Able to talk myself out of anything, right? I say what I say and I do what I do and I accept it. You know what I mean? Like, I did it. And for whatever reason it was that I did it, I felt like it was okay in that moment, and I'm good about that. Oh well. And if you want to keep beating me up about what I did in the past, that's on you. Like, that's a battle that you're going to have to fight with yourself. I don't care. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your problem, not mine. Because I accepted what I did in the past, and I'm good with it. And I done rationalized with myself and told myself so many different things that I'm going to do about it if it ever came about again. And I have so much self-respect for myself that I know I'm going to do it that different way. So I don't care. Whatever that thing I did in the past, I did it. So it is what it is. And I said what I said. You feel me? Woo, good episode. And it's power, y'all. Like, seriously. It's power in just standing on what the fuck you just said you was gonna do. It's power in being that confident and loving yourself that much that you literally like accept everything and just move on and give absolutely no negative things any power, right? I said what I said, right? And if you felt like this episode was legit, like if you like some of the things that I said, man, I highly encourage you to leave me a review, y'all. Man, leave me a review. And if you're in Apple Podcasts, just click on the episode details, go to where it shows those stars, leave me a rating and drop something. Drop me a line or two. Let me know how you feeling about this episode. Share this to a few people, man. Like, I sent you a link maybe, or you found me on Instagram. Share this podcast link 2-3 friends for me, right? Somebody that's struggling to accept themselves, somebody that's super hard on themselves and won't give themselves a break. If you know anyone like that, shoot this to them. And if you're on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, man, follow me, Team D Saul. I talk about some of these things on all of my platforms, but mostly I just show myself. I show who I am as a person on all of these different platforms, right? And I'm going to express myself like that all the time. And you can follow me, and I want to see how you express yourself, right? Let's see how we can express things together and build a better and more prosperous world that we live in. I'm super big on inner peace. And I know if all of us had inner peace, then we could eventually move towards world peace. And that's one of the things I feel like is my purpose on this earth, to go out and do that. So follow me and follow my journey on how I plan on building so much inner peace and world peace. That's Team D Saul. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm on all of those different things. YouTube, man, follow me, check me out, see how I'm doing. And the last thing I need y'all to do, and I don't know if I'm out of favors or not right now. Like, hopefully I got one last favor in me, right? But y'all can show your boy some love. And it's a link in this episode description. And it says you can share something that you're grateful for. Right, it's a voice message. All you have to do is click on the link. It's going to prompt you on when to record, and just say something you're grateful for. Tell me something that you're grateful for in your life. It can be something super, super detailed, or it could be something as simple as, hey, I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for whatever, right? We need to practice showing more gratitude in our lives. And if you don't mind, you can help me spread the message of gratitude by clicking on that link and dropping your boy a gratitude session, and I will air you on the show. You get a chance to hear yourself. Here's some of the things that you're grateful for, because you never know, right? You might pop on one of these episodes and you're in a slump and you hear yourself saying something that you're grateful for and it changes your whole mood. Or you may hear someone else's gratitude session, right? And they say something that you highly relate to and it changes your whole mood. But hold up, here's the biggest one. Here's the biggest one. You may leave a gratitude session and somebody else might be listening to this episode and you change their life. And now they're having a good day. So drop me a gratitude session if you don't mind. And I super appreciate the ones that left me messages last week. Left me messages on Instagram, either text message, email, and just said the things that they're grateful for. I super appreciate you. And if you don't mind, turn that text message, turn that email to a voice message so you can hear yourself. I'm grateful for what you did already. But that would be great if you can leave me that gratitude session. And on that note, y'all, we about to get out of here. I'm out this thing. It's been a very powerful episode. Love yourself by standing on what you say and tell yourself positive things on a daily basis. And never, ever be to yourself what you would hate somebody being to you, right? Don't tell yourself negative things. Be who you want to see. Right? It's things that we dream about as far as peace and happiness goes, right? Be that. Talk that to yourself. Have a great day. Have a great week. I said what I said and I'm out this thing.